Great evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, and welcome again. I'm excited, everybody, because we're like less than 24 hours from my birthday. As I tell you all the time, September is my favorite month of the year. And of course, my favorite day of the year is within this. And so I'm not going to be on long. I know that many of you who don't know, my name is Martisha Tish LaCroix. And most people call me T LaCroix or Tish LaCroix. But most importantly, I'm the tangible tools girl. And my whole goal, my whole job, my whole mindset is that anything that we here do at the T LaCroix brand give you tools that will allow you the opportunity to just really walk in your greatness and do what you've been called to do on purpose. And so it's sunny out here. I'm on the West Coast for the next 3 days at a wonderful CEO retreat. And I'm excited. It kicks off tomorrow. And so I get the pleasure to serve one of my newest clients and friends, Denise Dixon. And so I want to come here real quick because as y'all see, this is the last day for the pre-show. I launched Sunday, and now we had an issue because with the website, and so I was like, I'm gonna do a pre-show thing, and where I'm gonna just tell you all, you can fill out this Google form and get the pre-show. And I haven't decided like the things I'm gonna do for the pre-show people yet. So just know I have those lists of people. If you fill out the form, we have until midnight tonight. I'm gonna say midnight. West Coast time, since I'm over on the West Coast, I'm gonna be fair. But you have until then to complete the form. And so for those who took the time out to complete the form and say, listen, I really want in on this course, and I'm gonna explain all that to you. I'm gonna do something special. I haven't really pinned down what that special gonna look like. But by all means, I'm gonna do something special. And so I just want to go over what I'm reintroducing myself. A great way to do it on going into your birthday. But I did a thing a long time ago called the Lit Wednesday. It's called Learning in the Tank, with Tish actually. But Learning in the Tank, I did it every Wednesday, and I just taught on different things that I've learned from experience and just some different things I know that would help people where you are. I know sometimes we look at people these big extravagant products and these big extravagant brands, and we're like, I can't afford ever webinar, which is like $500 a year. I can't afford, but I'm telling you, I'm connected to tools that I know that are maybe free, low cost, but are really, really help you. And so I'm doing a reintroduction to the tank. It is absolutely, unequivocally free, right? Absolutely free for the next 4 weeks. And then for those who make the investment for the recordings and those who make the investment for different things I have, you will get, of course, a fifth week that will include a Q&A with myself. I'll answer any questions that you all have. It'll be a private conversation of questions. And so I want to tell you what we're going to be talking about since it's a peek back into the tank. And then I'm going to get off. Like I'm looking at my time. It's gonna be a long video at all. So 4 classes I'm going to teach you. It's gonna be different things. First class almost goes, hello, I am talking. And so it really talks about different tools and things that I've used. I've used Group Me. I have used Remind app. I have used Telegram. I have used social media, of course. I have used MailChimp and Constant Contact. And I've used all these different tools. And I've used management tools that allow me the opportunity to kind of be freed up. But I understand that every tool is not for everybody. And so we're going to talk about some things that help you get your message out, some things that help you really talk to your audience, whatever that looks like for you. Just to give you some tools that, okay, maybe we can try this. And I'm always the person to tell y'all that if it's something that has a free plan, use what's free until you grow into the paid situation. Some people can't afford to start out with the paid plans. And so I'm one that as you grow and as you scale, you want to be able to, of course, grow and move other stuff. So that's week one. Week two is called Google Me. And so I love things Google. I know everybody may like Google. Google is the #1 search engine in the world. So imagine how many people are using Google products. And so I don't think people really see the maybe just get Gmails, but I'm telling you, a lot of companies and corporations will really look at the fact that did you take the time to get you an official email. And so one of the things I'm going to talk about all things Google, like I run to it my own as far as from our brands and different businesses. I run the Google administration, but I also run it for a couple of ministries. And then I've taught people how to become an administrator and how you can get different things. And so Google really has so many different pieces and moving parts that a lot of people just don't know about. And I was saying in the last video, I said to somebody, I was like, understand people like I'm trying to understand what I need to do with Google. People who pay, they pick up the phone for it. Trust me. I email Google, they answer me. So you want to make sure you're in a position where you're maximizing what you can get with the Google products. So we'll talk about Google products. And then the third thing is, and I'm not biased on anybody's like, Okay, this is me. Third, we're going to talk about it's the live events for me. And so, like I said, I'm an event manager by trade, and I love what I do. And so many people are doing live events. So many people are talking live events. Some people are trying to get out there, and they're like, as I would say, count the cost and what that looks like. And so I'm team small events. And when I say small, really in our industry, small is 200 or less. Believe it or not, that's considered small. And so I'm going to talk about a couple of things in that course. It's going to be really about me telling you like maybe some different ways you can get paid outside of ticket sales. I'm going to also be talking about being creative and innovative when it comes to event space, because again, there are actually venues outside of hotels that you can use. How do you not get stuck with the bill? Like that's a good one, right? So we'll talk about different things and what's happening in our space, especially like one of the new, it's not new, but it's one of the biggest terms we're using now is hybrid events. Like hybrid is so good. And so it's so funny. My husband is now really getting into the liqueur production business that we have. And so he's been talking about live streaming and he's really doing some different things with that. And so that's going to be a service we'll actually be able to offer in-house. And so we're going to be back testing some things with that. And so there's so many things you can do to really bring in the funds you need for your event without actually having to break the bank and you living stuck with a big old bill. All right. So some things I want to talk about creatively that'll serve you. And even for those of you who said, listen, I want to host my own things. We'll talk about partnerships, but really hosting your own things or no, I want to do this big thing. I'm telling you, this is the one nugget right here, especially those of you who are getting like there's some speakers that I really, really love that I follow. And then, but for me to introduce them to my audience at an event is not good because if they're not, and I'm being very honest, if they're not like a mainstream speaker, okay, meaning that if you weren't, let's take celebrities for a second. You have the A-list celebrities and you got the C-list celebrities. And the people that know the C-list celebrities are people who have followed them or they've watched something that they had. But A-list celebrities, everybody pretty much knows. And so what happens to a lot of people is these speakers are great, but you've never introduced them to your audience. And so we'll talk about that as well. And then last week will be skills to pay the bills. And so it's something that I taught people how to do, something that I taught people how to create ways instead of having to find, another job, right? But literally use the skills they already know how to do to see some income. And I'm gonna tell y'all this little nugget that there are platforms out there that really look to actually help you do different things and actually get you actually we call freelance opportunities. And so we'll talk about all that during those courses. And then listen, I'm gonna prepare while I'm doing a sneak preview. It's almost like a college open house, right? Open house. What we're doing all the month of September is that as we go further in the year and even next year, I'm gonna start actually teaching out full throttle these courses. For example, I'm teaching Google Administrator and going through people who can actually administrate the Google. If they have other people that they actually have email accounts for, and you want to do shared projects, and all this can be done under the Google account, whether it's a calendar or whether it's documents and different things from the Google Administrator piece. So I'm gonna be actually teaching full out like different softwares we use for events. Like I don't use Eventbrite, but only for certain things. And so like different ones we back tested. We're doing something new with our clients, and so we'll be teaching all of that full out over the next I don't know whenever I transition again. And so I'm gonna invite you to that. If you know somebody, listen, I want to learn these courses. I got something brand new dropped in 2023, but right now I'm just focused on clearing out what I said I was going to complete this year. And so I'm teaching all through the end of the year. So I got it to launch tomorrow. I think I'm gonna launch it Saturday only because, well, no, I'll do this. I'll send out to people something special anyway. I'll figure that out. But definitely we'll be making sure all of you get the information. Especially those who pre-registered, I'm gonna do something special for y'all, even if it all goes up at the same time. But y'all have a great night. East Coast. Look at time. Oh my God, it's 9 o'clock. East Coast. I'm on the West Coast, still catching a little bit of sun. Remember to do life on purpose, with purpose, and for purpose. If you had an opportunity to fill out the form, completed tonight. It will close tonight, and we'll be ready to rock and roll on Wednesday. So make sure you register when it goes out on tomorrow. And I'm excited to see you all in class on Wednesday. Y'all have a great night. Talk to you later.